Welcome back to the Healing Path. I'm really glad you pressed play today. If you've been feeling like life's just not moving lately, like you're trying but nothing seems to change, this episode is for you. You might be in that season where every day feels the same, where your energy is low, and even though you're breathing, it feels like you're just existing. I want you to know you're not alone. We all go through moments where life slows down, where things stop making sense, and we don't really know who we're becoming anymore. So today we're going to talk about that feeling when you feel stuck in life. We'll talk about what it means, why it happens, and how to gently start finding your way again. No pressure, no perfection, just honesty, softness, and hope. Sometimes feeling stuck sneaks up quietly. It's not always a big crash or a dramatic breakdown. Sometimes it's the quiet mornings where you wake up and think, what am I even doing anymore? It's scrolling endlessly through your phone, watching other people live, and wondering when your turn will come. Maybe you tell yourself, I should be grateful. You probably have food, a bed, maybe even people who care about you. But still, something feels off. Something in your chest feels heavy. You can't quite explain it, but you feel paused, like life's movie hit the buffer symbol. That doesn't mean you're failing. It just means you're in between chapters. Sometimes life slows us down not to punish us, but to prepare us, to make space for something new. Think about a seed underground. Before it grows, it sits in darkness. No light, no movement. From the outside, it looks dead. But inside, there's quiet work happening. Roots forming, foundations being built. You might be in that same kind of season, hidden, still, but growing quietly in ways you can't see yet. Let's talk about why we get stuck. Most of the time, it's not because we're lazy. It's because we're afraid. Afraid of making the wrong move. Afraid of starting again. Afraid that maybe deep down, we're not enough. Fear freezes us. It tells us, stay here. At least here, you won't fail. But staying safe often means staying stuck. Then there's comparison. You scroll online and see everyone else moving ahead, graduating, traveling, getting promotions, getting married, and you start wondering, why not me? You don't see their behind the scenes, their doubts, their bad days. You only see the highlight reel, and you start to measure your quiet season against someone else's blooming one. That comparison steals joy, but more than that, it steals motion, because now you're living someone else's timeline, not your own. Sometimes we get stuck because of unresolved pain. You know those emotions we never really dealt with? The heartbreak you said you were over, the disappointment you brushed off, the grief you never talked about. They don't just disappear. They stay inside, heavy, quietly slowing you down. Healing takes energy, and when we ignore pain, that energy gets locked up. So we stand still, not because we want to, but because we're carrying too much. You might not realize it, but there are small signs that tell you you're stuck. You wake up tired even when you've had enough sleep. You feel like you're living on autopilot. The things that used to make you happy now feel dull. You keep thinking, planning, analyzing, but never actually doing. You feel disconnected from your own life, like you're watching it from a distance. And the hardest one, you crave change, but you're terrified to begin. If you felt any of that, take a slow breath with me. That awareness, that's the beginning of movement. You can't move from what you won't admit. Admitting I feel stuck is not weakness, it's courage. So how do we start moving again? The answer might surprise you. You don't need a big plan. You don't need to change your whole life in one day. Movement starts small, tiny actions that tell your brain, I'm still alive. I'm still trying. Maybe it's taking a walk without your phone. Maybe it's journaling how you feel, even if it's messy. Maybe it's cleaning your space, or changing your routine, or finally saying no to something that drains you. Momentum is built through small, consistent moments. Every time you take one, you remind yourself that you haven't given up. You're not waiting for motivation. You're creating it. Purpose doesn't always appear in lightning flashes. Sometimes it's quiet, hidden in the small moments that give life meaning, even when everything feels heavy. Sometimes it's the reason you get out of bed even when it's hard. The small choice to keep going when nothing seems to change. Sometimes it's helping one person, smiling at a stranger, writing something that no one may read, but you write it anyway. Purpose grows in motion, not in overthinking. So start, even if you don't know where it's going. Clarity comes after action, not before it. Even small steps matter. Even tiny acts of courage matter.